Russia, it's weaponizing Melania's past. I don't know if you know this, but on Russian TV, they frequently show Melania nude in order to mock Donald Trump. So they show all these photos of Melania. By the way, Melania's previously made posts
about how proud she is of her nudes. But did you know that after Donald Trump and Melania met, she got what was called an Einstein visa? She was treated like a genius, an exceptional achievement visa that gave her a fast track to become a United States citizen. Donald Trump's so-called storybook, Marriage to Melania, is starting to look more like a Hollywood thriller with each passing day. Forget everything the media told you about their love story, because the real version is riddled with secrets, setups, and silent deals. And guess what? Melania's patience may have just hit a wall. New information is beginning to surface about how and why Melania was brought into Trump's orbit. And let's just say it wasn't romance, it was recruitment. Behind the designer dresses and stage smiles is a chilling tale, tied to some of the most disturbing names in American elite society: Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and yes, Donald Trump himself. So, I think we should explore, how did Donald Trump meet Melania on or around the same time he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell? We should build a timeline here. You see, Donald Trump went to a club in Manhattan called the KitKat Club, where there were parties that were frequently thrown for very rich Manhattan elites, businessmen, to mingle and find very young models from Eastern Europe. And Melania was a model from Eastern Europe who was brought to the United States. Who would attend these parties where the rich men would show up and mingle with the model? Before Melania ever entered Trump Tower, Donald was knee-deep in scandals with girls half his age. According to the London Sunday Mirror, Trump had a thing for British trophies and was introduced to a 20-year-old model by none other than Ghislaine Maxwell. She was just one of several young women that Maxwell allegedly funneled toward Trump. This wasn't coincidence, this was a pattern, and somehow every name surrounding these parties, Trump, Maxwell, Epstein, is drenched in disturbing allegations. Why do so many of Trump's closest relationships revolve around controversial women, secret parties, and foreign models? This timeline is not romantic, it's political poison. And no amount of red hats can sanitize what happened behind those velvet ropes. Let's dig through this timeline, shall we? So, what was Donald Trump doing in 1997, the year before he meets Melania? Well, in 1997, he's out there partying with Epstein and Ghislaine. This is from the London Sunday Mirror. This is 1997. How sweet. Trump's Brit, right? Just weeks after ditching his second wife, America's best-known billionaire, Donald Trump, has fallen under the spell of a 20-year-old English girl. This was before Melania. Okay, this is 1997. Trump, 50, who has failed in his bid to secure the services of Princess Diana's butler, Paul Burrell, was in search of another British trophy when he met London model Anusa D. Georgia at a party in Manhattan. Several American millionaires already had their eyes on Anuska, but she was there with Robert Maxwell's daughter, Ghislaine, who has introduced several of her attractive friends to the property developer. By the time Trump officially met Melania in 1998, everything was orchestrated. The meeting wasn't accidental. It was hosted by Paolo Zampoli, a modeling agent turned real estate mogul turned Trump ambassador. Sound random? It's not. Zampoli ran elite modeling events stocked with imported women, and Trump was a known attendee. That night, Trump met Melania at the KitKat Club, a venue filled with animal shows, champagne, and TV cameras. Zampoli secured Melania's Einstein visa, a path normally reserved for geniuses and world-class talents, not for nude models, and yet, Melania skipped the line to U.S. citizenship. While Trump railed against immigration, the hypocrisy is not just laughable, it's dangerous, calculated, and drenched in white privilege. So, Melania gets the expedited path based on an Einstein visa after meeting Donald Trump at the KitKat Club. Then she brings in her family, and now Donald Trump's against all of those same policies. Now, Melania is innocent person in all of this either. Melania, after Donald Trump was caught on video bragging about sexually assaulting women and grabbing women by their genitals. And he says because if you're rich, they let you do it. She said that's locker room talk and that she was okay with it. Here, play this clip. He described it as locker room talk. To you, you sort of alluded to that as well. Is that what it is to you? Just locker room talk? Yeah, it's kind of a two teenage boys actually. They should behave better, right? 59, correct, And sometimes I said I have 2 boys at home. I have my young son and I have my husband. So, but I know how some men talk, and that's how I saw it. Yes. Melania's rise to First Lady wasn't through politics, public service, or merit. It was through modeling clubs, connections, and silence. After marrying Trump, she used her new status to bring her family into the U.S. under chain migration, the very policy Trump now demonizes. Think about that. Melania benefited from every immigration policy Trump campaigns against. She got the green card, brought her parents in, and yet stood by Trump as he caged migrant children and attacked non-white immigrants. What does that say about her values? This isn't just hypocrisy, it's weaponized privilege. It's selective morality tailored for votes in optic, and Melania didn't just enable it. She thrived under it quietly and strategically, but Melania's silence has always come at a price. When Trump was caught bragging about sexually assaulting women in the infamous Access Hollywood tape, she brushed it off as locker room talk. He was 59 years old, and yet Melania excused him like a boy who made a mistake in gym class. That wasn't ignorance, that was brand protection. She even joked, "I have 2 boys, my son and my husband." But where's the line when the man you marry violates basic human decency? Do you stand by him or do you become complicit? Melania chose the latter. She didn't flinch, didn't trust. She pivoted, defended, and helped normalize the worst of Trump's predatory behavior. And then she was also one of the biggest spreaders of the birth or conspiracies against former President Obama. She was used by Donald Trump frequently to go and attack Obama. Here, play this clip. But what is this with the birth certificate obsession? Did he ask to see yours when you met him? Well, I needed to put mine anyway because if you want to become an American citizen, you need to put the birth certificate. I have a birth certificate from Slovenia. And you want to see President Obama birth certificate? I've seen it. I've seen it. It's not a birth certificate. Well, it's a certificate of live birth which they give. But Melania that. If he insists on what he's saying, then no one in Hawaii can ever run for president. Because they all get the same live birth certificate. Well, but they need to have us finished, for example. They need to have, and in one way it will be very easy if President Obama just show it. And because it's not only Donald who wants to see it, it's American people who voted for him and who didn't vote for him. They want to see that, but it's on display in Chicago. We've seen it on the internet. We've seen it. It's not the same as yours, but it's a certificate of live birth. Well, we feel it's different than, birth certificates. All right, well, I think you should give it up at this point. Well, it's not him that he's bringing up. It's the media all the time. While Trump faced backlash for his vulgar remarks, Melania didn't flinch because she had long accepted the man she married. But she wasn't just complicit in Trump's behavior. She became a megaphone for his darkest conspiracies. Remember the birther movement? That racist smear campaign questioning Barack Obama's citizenship. Melania played her part on national TV. In interviews, she cast doubt, played coy, and suggested Obama should just show it. She wasn't misinformed. She was a deliberate participant in Trump's racist dog whistles. This wasn't some passive first lady. This was someone who amplified lies, helped see out division, and undermined a sitting president to help her husband rise to power. That's not innocence. That's alignment. Paragraph 7. While the world cringed over Trump's affair with Stormy Daniels, Melania wasn't just angry. She was humiliated. Her longtime friend and ex-advisor Stephanie Winston-Wolof revealed how Melania was furious. Not because of the affair, but because Stormy was profiled in Vogue. She reportedly sneered. They put the porn hooker in Vogue. Let that sink in. Melania wasn't heartbroken about betrayal. She was jealous of publicity. She didn't care about Trump's infidelity. She cared that a woman like Stormy got magazine coverage. It's a glimpse into how calculated and superficial Melania's concerns really are. Her dignity wasn't wounded by her husband's actions. It was bruised by another woman's press coverage. And of course, Melania would plagiarize Michelle Obama's speech at the DN at the Democratic National Convention. Literally. Melania's speech during Trump's first Republican National Convention was literally copy and pasted of Michelle Obama's speech. Let's play it for you. Of the 7 days that you work hard for what you want in life. That your word is your bond. That you do what you say you're going to do. That you treat people with respect, with dignity and respect. Because we want our children and all children in this nation to know that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them. That cold detachment didn't start with Stormy Daniels, it's always been there. Whether it's ignoring Trump's scandals or copy-pasting Michelle Obama's speech. During the Republican National Convention, word for word, Melania stood on that stage, looked the American people in the eye, and delivered a speech she didn't even write. A speech stolen from a black first lady her husband regularly insulted. That wasn't an oversight. It was a declaration, a tone-deaf, shameless move that symbolized exactly what the Trump brand stood for: plagiarism, entitlement, and eraser. Instead of apologizing, they doubled down, because for Melania and Donald, truth and originality don't matter, only perception does. It's all about the grift, no matter who it offends. And speaking of grifts, Melania turned her platform into a personal ATM. Forget causes or leadership, she's cashing in on digital roses and vanity coin projects. Her Meet a Rose NFT flopped miserably, but not before Trump supporters shelled out $150 for a pixelated image. Why? Because Melania marketed herself as elegant, classy, and mysterious. But behind the silk gloves was a calculated influencer, raking in thousands from her husband's political base. Her stylist earns $18,000 a month from Trump's political PAC, and that's not all. Melania charges $155,000 per speaking engagement. She sits, smiles, and signs a check. Who's paying? The same forgotten Americans Trump claims to fight for, and she's laughing all the way to the bank. And now Melania pretty much just grifts. She has her meme grift, which the memecoin crashed. She sells her book. Why do I stand proudly behind my nude modeling work? Melania was with her personal stylist, her Pierre Broward, who's paid about $18,000 a month. Her stylist gets paid $18,000 a month from Trump's back. So Trump's supporters, who demanded the release of the Epstein files, who Donald Trump's calling stupid, they've funded the stylist for her. Oh, by the way, she's gotten paid $155,000 for doing speaking engagements for Donald Trump. She shows up at a location, she sits at a location, she gets paid $155. Zero for doing that. Let's not forget where all this started, the KitKat Club, parties filled with animal acts and European models hosted by Trump's inner circle. That's where Melania was plucked from obscurity. That's where the love story began. In a room designed to market women like products, and Trump wasn't just browsing, he was shopping. What followed was a fairy tale built on visa favors, media manipulation, and transactional power. She got status, he got a first lady who wouldn't ask questions. But now, with Russia resurfacing her nude photos and her past being used as propaganda, even Putin knows what Trump pretends not to, that this isn't a marriage built on love. It's built on mutual exploitation. Melania went from a small, slow Slovenian town to a world-famous model to married a billionaire. And now politician Donald Trump. Melania spoke to me from Trump Tower. Okay. Where did you meet him? We met in New York in 1996 in September. We met at the fashion party. It was a big fashion party that my friend organized a fashion week, and he invited me. That's how we met with Donald. Did you like him immediately or not? I like him. He had a great charm, but he arrived with the date. He was very charming and great mind and great energy. We had connection from the beginning. And when was the next time you saw him? We saw each other, I think, around a week, because I had work obligations. I traveled the Caribbean for a photo shoot. So when I came back, I called him and we got together. So you called him? Yes. He didn't call you. Well, when we met, I didn't give him my number. He was with the date. So I told him, give me your number and I will call you. I wanted to see what kind of number he would give me. Business, home. If he would give me business number. I'm not a girl doing business with him. Why he would give me a business number? So he gave me all of them. Now, here's the real kicker. While Trump fans chant, lock her up and demand the release of the Epstein client list, they're blind to the fact that their idol was deeply entangled with Epstein himself. Not only were Trump and Epstein photographed together repeatedly, they shared social circles, partied with the same underage girls, and even praised each other's tastes in women. And through it all, Melania was present, whether at Mar-a-Lago, in photo ops, or behind the scenes. She saw it all. Yet, she said nothing, did nothing. She smiled through it. That silence isn't strength. It's strategy, and now her silence is costing her. Russia knows her weakness. The public is waking up, and Melania's glossy armor is starting to crack. Have you ever had sex with a fat woman in your life? I've had sex with women that got fat. I love this. This is fun, using Jennifer's back to sign a release. Have I? What? Ever been with a black woman? Go ahead and say yes. Had to. Yes, you have. Okay, yes. I view a person who's flaccid as very hard to be a tent. How do the breasts look? The breasts are okay. Okay. Well, that's important. I think that. The boob job is terrible, you know. They look like to light posts coming out of a body. You know, Paris gets knocked and this and that, but she's very beautiful. She's flawless. She's dumb like a fox, and you're going to have more kids. I think so. Yeah, really. Believe it. Yeah, sure. I would. What do you need that headache for? 'Cause I like kids. I mean, I won't do anything to take care of them, and things with Melania are good, excellent. The sex is still good. The sex is extraordinary. Well, she is terrific in bed. Now, she wouldn't want me to say that, but she is. Oh, man, she's naked there, isn't she? She is actually, oh, Jesus. It's a thing of beauty. Oh, what a life you have. Not so bad. Robin. This is a candidate for hey, Donald. That's right. Does she wear outfits to bed? Like special outfits? No, she wears nothing, which is much better. You know, she's a great beauty, but she's a great beauty inside, which is almost as important. Not really. No, probably. You treat women with respect. I can't say that either. All right. Good. All right. Somewhere in between. I do. I treat women with great respect. Treat women somewhere in between respect and a doo-doo. Trump once told Howard Stern that Melania was his trophy, not partner, not equal, trophy. That one word explains everything. From the KitKat Club to the White House, Melania's role wasn't to lead, it was to shine quietly, obediently, predictably. But what happens when the trophy starts collecting dust or worse starts dragging attention back to the scandals you tried to bury? That's what's happening now. Trump's base is starting to see Melania not as a dignified first lady, but as a walking contradiction, an immigrant who abused the system, a family values symbol who tolerated infidelity, a feminist icon who parroted white supremacy. This isn't elegance. This is elite hypocrisy wrapped in designer heels. Even Melania's fashion became political. Her infamous, "I really don't care, do you?" jacket worn while visiting detained immigrant children sent shock waves through the world. Was it ignorance? Was it sarcasm? Or was it a message to Trump's base that she shared their cruelty? Regardless, it cemented one thing. Melania doesn't care. Not about the children. Not about the headlines. Not even about the optics. That moment shattered the silent elegance narrative and exposed the cold calculation underneath. Everything she does, from plagiarizing speeches to profiting off NFTs, is part of the same Trumpian blueprint. Deny, distract, and cash in, and just like her husband, she hides behind vague statements and polished PR, but the truth always leaks. Quick time. You cannot know, oh, I'm marrying a person or not, especially the known person as he was. It's very different when you're dating celebrity or if you're dating somebody unknown. Was several years later before you got married? Yes. How many years? We were together before we got married was 7 years we know each other. Do you have a nickname for him? No. No nicknames? No. Does he have one for you? No. We don't have nicknames. So, he asked you to marry you. Where were you when he asked you to marry him? It was a special night. It was a gala in New York. We were both dressed and he asked me to marry me. No hesitation. No, but I knew a little bit that he might propose sooner or later. So, and it was of course no hesitation. We were together for so long. We know each other. We are very compatible. We like the same things. We are very independent. We gave each other space as well. So he does what he wants to do and he loves to do and I do what I love to do. That was my decision not to go on the campaign because I said I want to be a parent to my child. And he completely agreed with that and I said I will be there when I can be there. And support him 100% every day all the time. You got married down in Florida. Yes, in Palm Beach in the church. And Hillary Clinton, Secretary of State. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and the president was there. Yes, they were there. What are your thoughts about that? Well, now it's different time. That was in 2005. Was different time. We were private citizens. He was not running for the office, as he said. He was friends and got along with many people. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Have you ever socialized with them besides the wedding with the Clintons? No.